Dreamers.
Yes, welcome. And this is okay. Nate's here. You can kind of see his arm. He'll be picking his head in and out. There he goes.
Hi, Nate.
Hi, Joann.
So, I have an inspirational saying today that applies to my sister and me as I look over the videos we've done. Listening means listening, not waiting for your turn to speak. You will find that we are constantly like trying to get the next word in.
Yes, and not always paying attention to what the sister is saying.
Like we're not listening to what they're saying.
No.
So I thought that was great. Two little birdies sitting on a twig.
A little branch. Yeah, that's cute. That is cute.
A little Dee and Dory trying to listen.
Trying to listen to each other. What did you say?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't hear it at all.
Right.
Yeah. So
we have
I don't know if
little makes. Oh, go ahead. Oh,
I was gonna say I don't know if other sisters do that, but we do. Oh yes, our cup.
that's usually the thing. The cup
Yes. And you have in your cup?
is totally empty. It's just
You're pretending you're drinking.
I'm pretending I'm drinking.
Well, at least I have something in mind.
What do they call that? Fake news.
I don't know, but anyway, I have water in mine today.
Oh, well, see.
Yeah.
Aren't
Well, I
you?
drank all my chai tea,
Oh.
so it's like,
Yeah. Yes.
So
All right.
get your cup of even if there's nothing in there, you can just pretend. Or
An empty cup.
Yes. Or you can have Nathan, that's enough. You have your cup over on the table. Okay.
My God.
She's right there.
You want me?
Right there.
Yeah.
Look. There's Aunt Dory.
No.
Yeah, hey, it's water. Oh, stop. Okay,
Nate,
let's move
We're
on.
going to talk about what I made. Okay.
Okay.
So first off, we're going to talk about new look pattern 6516. I made this view here.
Oh, cute.
Yes. And so I made a little blue skirt because I made a little blue top. So I wanted a little blue skirt to go with it. So this is it. It has an elastic waist, really easy elastic waist. Sorry, there's some lint. And it has gathering on it. And there's not much to say about it, except for I wanted to mention for my Fabricista blog, I had made a dress that had ruffles in it. And these ruffles are made entirely different than those ruffles.
Right. Yeah, there's multiple ways. Yes.
Yeah, those ruffles, you have the raw edge out. I mean, it's just, but this one, they had you turn it under so that you don't have any raw edge out.
So it's finished. The raw edges are finished off.
Yeah. But ruffles are in. My sister and I were watching, was it Chanel's?
Yes, the fashion show for was it the spring 21?
Yeah,
yes, we were watching that.
They had all these ruffles. I'm like, oh, I got ruffles.
You're right in style with them.
And that dress that I had made for my Fabricista make, there's one almost exactly in that fashion show. So you guys are at the right place at the right time because we are fashion girls. Well,
okay.
Maybe not.
I know Dory is. Or which way do I go? I'm not sure. I know Dory is, but I am too in my own way, maybe. I try not to be too.
So would you like to see that? Sam, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Would you like to see that skirt on me? I'm going to model it with my little blue top.
Sure.
Okay, let's watch it. What did you think of it?
I think it's adorable. It looks so cute. Now, I would be a little hesitant to make it with the plain top and then the ruffle on the bottom, but it is cute. It's very cute.
My husband really likes that outfit. He's like, oh, that's one of the best things you've ever made. I'm like, really?
That's what yeah, and I know he's a little,
Good.
yeah, he's particular too. Sit up, Nate. Nathan's being a big ham today. He wants it. So that is really cute. It is cute. I like it. I think that's going to be a cute outfit to run around in the summertime. Yeah.
Good.
I'd say that it's an easy pattern. I did have some issues with the ruffle. It took me longer than I thought for the ruffle. Because they have you go around the whole thing and then try to gather it. And I really should have stopped it at the seams and did one side and then the other side. Just what it works out.
I do.
They do tell you to put a heavier thread in the bobbin, and I didn't.
I do.
So it broke several times, and yeah. So I had a little issue with
I do.
with that ruffle.
I do.
So other than that, it was easy, except for that took much longer than it should have for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it turned out beautifully anyway, so very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Thank you.
Do I get to talk about my make, or are you going to do your other one?
No, you can talk about your make.
Well, my make, for the first time, I know fleece has been around a long, long time, but I made something out of fleece out of my stash. It's still winter here. In fact, we're going to be in the single digits the next few days. We haven't gotten out of the teens yet today, and we've got boatloads of snow coming down. So I used the stash, and actually what I did is I had this for a long time, and I in no way paid $30 for this, but this was from Joann's, and they frequently have them for half price or even more than that off. It is no sew fleece throw. And so, you know, it has the instructions inside of how to do that. You're supposed to put the two together and tie them off on the fringes on the edge. Well, each fabric is 72 by 60 inches. So they're 2 yards, each piece of that fabric was. And I looked at that and I went, oh, I'm not going to make a blanket out of that. I'm going to make pajamas out of it.
How cozy.
So that's what I did. And it's thin enough. It was thin enough each piece because they wanted you to put the two pieces together to make a throw, to make a nice wearable garment. So what I did was I had made these pajama bottoms in the past, Butterick 6273. So I actually made the top and the bottom.
See and sew. Is see and sew different than Butterick, or is that a Butterick pattern?
It says B 6273. Yes, it's easy. It says. So, I don't know. Oh, see, and so I'm sorry. Just because it had the B in front of it. It is a Butterick pattern.
Okay.
It is Butterick.
Yeah.
So
see and sew is a Butterick pattern.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I had made this before in tan, and it fit me just wonderfully. So I pulled this pattern out again to make the bottoms so they would fit me. And the top I made out of a McCall's. It's called the McCall's Endless Option 2476. And I made this top, the long top with the long sleeves. Oh, is what I put on there. So both of them were easy patterns. They were easy, simple. They're, you know, because it's just jammies, and, you know, I don't want a lot of detailing in it, but I did learn a few things about fleece. I looked it up before I started sewing on it. I'm like, I'm not just going to do this because it's a specialty type of fabric. I've never done it before. Well, there's a right and a wrong side to fleece, and you can tell by pulling on the bias of it. How does it work? It has a stretch on it, and where it curls in, that's the wrong side. Where the edges curl in, that means that's the wrong side where it curls in towards. It has a large amount of stretch to it. It's considered very stretchy.
Yeah, we couldn't see it.
See, you can't see it. It's very stretchy fabric. And so they said you need to be careful, like around the neckline. Always stay stitch around the neckline, and don't pull the fabric. And they suggested to use a walking foot with it. the whole time, and that's what I did. I stitched up the entire pajamas with the long, they got the long, see, I got the long. And
Are there pockets in the pants?
no, there's no pockets.
Oh, okay.
I just, but so I used a walking foot for it so it wouldn't stretch. And they said to use a ballpoint needle on it because it is a man-made fabric. It's all polyester. And you can use an 80-12 needle or a 90-14 needle in your sewing machine to sew it with. And it also has a nap. So you always want to lay it with a nap. And yeah, with a nap. Yeah, sleep. Yeah, not the sewer to take a nap, but the fabric has a nap.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, and you would want to lay the pattern with a nap pointing downward, and always make sure that you're using the right side of fabric because the right side of the fabric won't pill as much as the wrong side of the fabric will.
So can you explain what that nap is? What is a nap?
A nap is the way the fabric lays. It's kind of hard to see on this. When you have velvet, if you run your hand across the fabric and you see it's shaded differently, I think the best way is the sequins now that they have, you know, those sequin pillows that you run your hand up. Well, that's a nap. It, you know, it looks different. It's shaded. Hopefully that makes sense.
It does. So then if you're laying down a fabric and it says with a nap, you have to use this particular way of laying down. Without nap, you can do this. So you just know by running your hand over it, whether it's a nap or not, by the way. If there's a change when you run your hand over it, then it has a nap.
Yeah, and like
it doesn't, right?
Yeah, and like with this, it's difficult to see that nap, and it just said fleece always has a nap.
Oh,
so you know it may be subtle, so you need to kind of know the fabric. And if you're in question, always use the with nap layout that the pattern pieces, they always come with a with or without nap. And it usually takes a little extra fabric if you're doing it with nap because you can't turn the pieces upside down. They all have to be pointed the same way with the top of the pattern piece pointed the same way. One more thing about sewing with the fleece is they said don't use an iron on it. They said because it melts. It'll melt. If you put a hot iron on it, it'll just melt right through.
That's good to know.
Yep. And they even suggested, one site even suggested, don't throw it in the dryer. You wash it on delicate cycle and let it air dry to make your fleece last longer and look nicer longer. So just a few pointers, but easy pattern to do. I can't wait to be wearing it because it's cold. Oh, I said that was the last hint, but it's not. I have one more that popped into my brain, not on my notes. They suggested because fleece is a little thicker, like when you do your hems, it doesn't ravel. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Maybe this is better. You can see, you just turn it under once.
Right. Yeah.
And stitch it. And I used a stretch stitch on this, which they suggested to do. I used a stretch stitch, this in this case being the small zigzag stretch stitch that you can use. Because if you fold it under, you know, you get this huge bolt that you're trying to go through and it really doesn't lay nice or look nice. So, you know, no facing, it called for a facing up here. I didn't put a facing around the neckline at all. I just turned it under, I just turned this under. Because the facing would be too bulky. You're talking you're talking at least 2 layers of fabric and folding it under and sewing it. So I just turned it under and stitched around it. So
it's really cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So sewing up my stash, I'm getting hungry to buy new fabric. Oh, I'm going to have to be searching the internet and looking around and seeing what I can find. So anyway, that's it.
You know how I've been going through boxes of fabrics and stuff that I've had stored in my basement and I'm reorganizing, and I've talked about that forever on here. One of these days you'll get to see it. I'm getting closer and closer to getting done. But I had found in one of the boxes a dress cut out of this fabric. And it was just a shift dress, just a plain old shift dress that was cut out of this fabric. And it It has darts in the front, little dart in the front. You probably can't see it. No, you can't see it. And
Was it partially put together?
partially put together?
Okay.
But there was no, I don't have any idea what pattern the person used. I don't know what size it was, but I looked at it and I thought, I know my mom was probably going to use that fabric for a quilt or something, but I'm going to see if this would actually fit me. So I put it on and I'm like, oh my gosh, it fits me. And so I just used the a binding. Nope,
No,
not
bias
binding.
tape.
That is from my sister who kept calling it binding. It is bias tape. And I used
Yes.
bias tape around the neck and the sleeves so that I could finish it off that way. So would you like to see that on me?
Just before we look at it, I want to say I like that detail of that bias tape on there, and I like it, the thin one. It looks really nice. It dresses that up a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad I
Yeah.
chose the black to do that. Yeah.
And yes, I would love to see what it looks like. Curious.
All right. I'll give you a quick look.
Okay. Amazed. So with that belt on it, it looked really, really nice. And I liked it without the belt too. So it's really versatile. I'm surprised at how classy that looked.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
another one my husband liked, but with the belt. He doesn't like it without the belt, but he does like it with the belt. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I really like that. So it's cool. I think I will really enjoy it for this summer. Nice sleeveless shift dress.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh yeah, you will. And it looks like it's a really light fabric.
It is. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really nice cotton. Yeah.
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 That'll be perfect for this summer when we're hot and humid here in
Yes.
Michigan. We don't get hot unless we get humid.
Exactly.
So
That's the way it happens in our state.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So that's it for today. I'll remind you that listening means listening,
Bye-bye,
waiting
Joy.
for your turn to speak. So that's actually something you have to, it's a skill you have to learn, I think. Because
well, yeah, and evidently in our family that was not a skill we practiced because we love to talk over each other.
Yes,
and like
yes.
move
I
forward.
remember Mom doing that all the
Bye-bye,
time to me.
Joy.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I kind of do that too.
Bye-bye.
Especially, I would love it when Mom would go, you'd be talking to her and she'd be like, yeah. It's like she was done with you. She was gone. It's like you're talking way too much. Go on, move
Yes.
forward.
Hey, maybe that's where I get that from. Like, all right, I'm on to another subject.
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe that's where I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
All right.
yeah.
So you guys don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We appreciate hearing from you. We hope those of you that are in the northern part of America where we have all the snow, we hope you're being safe and we'll see
Staying
you
warm.
next time, right? Stay warm. Bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
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 Spring's coming. Bye.